Schumer can't be bothered to take photos with fans, which stated Amy Schumer wants to make it clear she does not.
It's crazy that there
The
are
article
fans
went
that
on to
want to take
describe an
pictures with
exchange
her.
Amy Schumer.
How Amy Schumer became the
Amy
most
Schumer places
hated.
first on literally every
I love
single
this
list
guy.
titled Worst or Most Hated Comedians of All Time.
I
But
agree.
Well, the countless different reasons for it become most interesting when you realize that toward the beginning of her career, she was actually liked and respected
How does the mic
amongst
sound?
general population. For example, she was listed in Time's top 100 most influential people
my
in
God.
2015, whilst her comedy specials such as this one, this one, and this one received mostly positive reviews,
Oh,
one of
wow.
which confidently stating that Amy Schumer leaves her audience in stitches. However, while this review was mostly positive, if we go back a couple of sentences, it also points out the first reason as to why Amy Schumer would eventually become so hated. It's easy to label Amy Schumer a one-trick pony. As the title of her special suggests, she talks about sex and she doesn't talk about much else. Her idea of comedy is making jokes about how terrible her vagina smells and or how many guys she's blown. That's not comedy. Discussing why her style was so controversial, the thread including another support in every way. With these two comments in mind, it becomes obvious that not only does Amy Schumer have little diversity in terms of what topics she jokes about,
Makes
but her narrow
sense.
style of joking about her own female anatomy
How the
in
mic
an
sound?
unflattering way, whilst constantly joking about men in a derogatory way, is simply going to make her unappealing to a male audience, as well as
Facts.
specific females such as this one who had commented, "You can only have so much self-deprecating humor before people get tired of it. How much do I need to hear about her pussy?"
I'd rather not hear about it at all.
Stand-up show, that's for damn sure. The very nature of this kind
On Mondays, 7 p.m., I just feel like it's a good time.
of content, such as the discussion of female promiscuity, also leaves Amy Schumer open to political backlash and debate. This is
Right.
the next thing that began to turn
Oh,
the audience
God.
against her back in 2016. Politics. One article written by CBS News stated around 200 people walked out of her Tampa show when Schumer launched into a withering takedown of Donald Trump. It's somewhat
Okay.
of a surprise that fans were caught off guard because Schumer isn't known for suppressing her political views.
I didn't even
In
know
addition to this,
she
Amy
knew
Schumer would
what
announce that
politics
she's
were.
pregnant by posting a list of the people she had voted for, adding at the bottom, "I'm pregnant Amy Schumer," using her pregnancy to drive traffic to the candidates which she considered
So
to be favorable.
stupid.
Whenever Amy spoke politically, she always took a liberal viewpoint and was very anti-Republican, even having interviewed Hillary Clinton, yet her audience would come to discover that back in 2007, Amy Schumer actually got her first big break as a guest on Fox News, which was a pro-Republican news station.
Oh, so
angling
she's a
both sides of the
capper.
political spectrum. Amy going public with her political opinions meant that she had now alienated another 50% of the already small audience that might still
that
be
mic is
interested in her
loud,
style
dude.
of
I'm gonna
comedy.
turn it down.
Additionally, whenever Amy Schumer was criticized for the comedy itself, she'd use politics as an easy way out by simply blaming the criticism on the alt-right, as highlighted in another comment which
That's
stated,
so
"Worst of
dumb.
all, when her audience gives her honest feedback, she whines about how her critics must hate women or how they're all alt-right. Yeah, sure, Amy, the only reason people hate you is that they're all a bunch of Nazi anti-Semitic misogynists." This comment also highlighted the next reason as to why Amy Schumer became so hated, and that's her lack of personal responsibility and victim complex, which is sometimes even mixed with a hint of entitlement and the contrary attitude that she's better than everyone else. For example, in late 2015, an article was published by Page Six titled, "Amy Schumer thinks she's too famous to check in at the gym."
Are you
which read,
serious?
Amy Schumer was not happy this week when staffers at the Upper West Side Equinox asked her to present her membership card, which is standard practice at the upscale fitness club. She felt entitled to just walk in, a source explained. to
Bro,
Page
no
Six. She didn't want to show
way.
her key fob and wanted to be able to go in and not be questioned. We're told the annoyed trainwreck star declared, "I'm famous," when employees didn't recognize her and insisted she go through the typical check-in procedure.
Dude, that is so crazy. Like, there are some huge celebrities. Like, I'm talking like movie stars, big movies, bro. Like, that can walk into like a grocery store and like almost everybody in there will not recognize them. Like, maybe they need a hat, maybe like some sunglasses or like a hoodie to not be recognized, but most of the time, like, they'll just walk into like a store or something, walk by in a city, and they won't get recognized. It's actually crazy. And Amy Schumer thinks she's so famous she could just be recognized and walk into her gym. Like, that's so dumb, dude. Like, first of all, nobody likes her. And then, like, she tries to pull something like this. It's crazy.
While Equinox believes
she
Schumer
must have some
eventually
kind of
enjoyed her
god
workout on
complex,
Monday
dude.
afternoon, our source said she was so unhappy she stormed off. A different article sporting similar
Crazy,
energy
because
was
she needed
titled,
that
Amy
gym.
Schumer can't be bothered to take photos with fans, which stated Amy Schumer wants to make it clear she does not
It's
value
crazy
herself.
that there
The
are
article
fans
went
that
on to
want to take
describe an
pictures with
exchange
her.
that Amy Schumer had whilst in town for a comedy show. This guy in front of his family just ran up next to me and scared the shit out of me. Put a camera in my face. I asked him to stop and he said, no, it's America and we paid for you. This was in front of his daughter. I was saying stop and no. Great message to your kid. Yes, legally you're allowed to take a picture of me, but I was asking you to stop and say no. I will not take pictures with people anymore, and it's
Okay.
because of this dude in Greenville. Yet, after the other person involved was then interviewed by a local news station, a whole different side to the story was revealed.
But he tells us that's not exactly how it went according to him.
I see her face and I'm like, all right, cool. So I hurry up and get on my Instagram and I'm like, there goes Amy. And then she just loses it and she just gets mad. And that is totally false what she wrote about me.
So if Amy Schumer was
Wow,
too
what a
famous to
liar,
check into a
dude.
local gym or take photos with fans, she must have thought pretty highly of herself. If that's truly the case, then surely she'd be happy with an $11 million offer from Netflix for one of her comedy specials a year later in 2017, right? Well, no, not really. Amy Schumer claimed that the $11 million offer wasn't enough money for 60 minutes of comedy footage, citing it
What?
as unfair due to Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle receiving $20 million for their specials.
Bro,
Now,
but
this
they're,
argument
like,
would be perfectly fine,
huge.
assuming all three comedy specials were of similar quality, only they most certainly weren't. Amy's
Exactly.
comedy special, the one that she was paid $11 million for, was so bad that
Oh my
IMDb users gave it a rating
God.
of 3.1 out of 10, whilst Netflix had to change their rating system entirely, which hit its 1.35 out of 5-star performance on their
Oh.
platform. The changes to the industry she's made is incredible, like how Netflix had to remove their rating system because her special was so terrible.
That's
The goods
crazy.
and the bads.
I remember that rating system, but we canceled Netflix for like, I don't know, like a year or something. That we were just like watching everything. Can I say? We were watching things on other platforms, right? So I came back to Netflix and I saw that it was gone and I was wondering what it was. I would have never guessed that it was because of her.
Of this comedy special. We'll go ahead and start about what's good with it. That ends that segment. That
Okay.
about covers that.
Dave Chappelle's Netflix special, on the other hand, received a rating of 8.2.
I saw
out of 10
that.
on
I loved
IMDb,
it. I
whilst
love
Chris
Dave
Rock's
Chappelle.
received a less impressive but still superior rating.
Also
of
saw that. It
6.6
was
out
also
of 10.
funny.
Dave
Chris
Chappelle
Rock
and
is
Chris
great.
Rock were ranked as number 9 and number 5 on Rolling Stone's top 50 comedians of all time.
Chris
whilst
Rock up above Dave Chappelle? How do you guys feel about that? I love Dave Chappelle. I think he's very what's the word? Insightful with his comedy and views. I think that's great about him. I guess I don't watch enough Chris Rock.
The
though.
only list Amy Schumer seems to top is IMDb's top 10 worst comedians of all time. When Dave Chappelle went on Comedy Central all the way back in 2004, he'd receive a viewership of 3.1 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Yet when Amy Schumer went on Comedy Central at the height of her popularity in 2016, her viewership
God.
was less than 500,000. I'm truly cackling at the audacity of Amy Schumer thinking she deserved the same pay as Chris
Exactly,
Rock
like,
and Dave
what?
Chappelle. Like, girl, what? So Amy Schumer wants Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle money, but haven't put in the years they put in. Talk about privilege and opportunity, shaking
Exactly.
my head. Amy Schumer is maybe Josh Gad level. She's not as famous or endearing as Chris Rock. She's not a legend like Dave Chappelle. In case
Exactly.
Amy Schumer complaining about being paid $11 million wasn't already dumb enough, it became even worse when her audience would discover that some of the jokes within her special might have been stolen from other comedians.
No
Compilations
shot,
began to
dude.
pop up on
She
YouTube such as
stole
these two,
jokes?
giving example after example of the ways in which Amy Schumer had stolen jokes from other comedians. in
From
the
John
past.
Mulaney?
How's this? Oh, that's perfect.
They can ring you up right over there.
Thanks so much.
Okay, I'm Bengi. If you need any other sizes, you please let me know, all right?
Oh my god, can y'all hear the blender? Who talks like that? Portuguese? Oh wait, what does that say? Parque público. I'm gonna say Italy. Where is Italy? Right? Where in Italy? Let's say San Marino. I have no idea. Portugal! Oh my god, I said Portugal first.
This. Oh, that's perfect.
They can ring you up right over there.
Thanks so much.
Okay, I'm Bengi. If you need any other sizes, you please let me know, all right?
Okay.
There you go.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
All right, did somebody help you with this?
Yeah, she's right over.
Oh, she's not there.
Did someone help you today?
Yeah,
Who was it?
you know, I don't see him.
Oh, that's okay. What did she look like?
She's dark hair. She was wearing a blazer.
Oh, yeah, all the girls are wearing blazers.
Do you know what he looks like?
Yeah, he is wearing like a vest or like a plaid shirt. I feel like.
I don't know what everyone who works here wore today.
If she had a favorite president, it would probably be Lincoln.
Are there any other distinguishing features?
What?
I would guess he probably voted for Obama. I know I did.
As these compilations began to
Bro,
pick up steam on
that's
YouTube, news article
crazy.
after news article was published calling Amy Schumer a joke thief, whilst others within the comedy space would come forward stating that Amy Schumer stealing jokes was discussed regularly.
Tammy Pescatelli. I think I know her. I brought it out, and the other two women brought it out, and people were going, yes, thank you.
Behind the scenes.
Okay.
Twitter took the exact same standpoint in posts such as, is it just me or is Amy Schumer just not that
She's
funny?
not
Despite
funny.
the fact that she has a terrible personality and steals half her
Correct.
jokes, prompting Amy to address the criticism in an Instagram post where she'd once again alleviate any personal responsibility by blaming the backlash on Reddit. Dear sweet misunderstood geniuses in the bowels of subreddit chat rooms. I've never stolen a joke in my life.
What?
Also going on the Jim Norton advice show before stating the following.
And I'm so careful, and none of these things had ever reached me. And I will literally take a polygraph, and I just would never do that. Like, that would be so stupid for me to do that.
Amy Schumer would eventually take a polygraph test for a Vanity Fair video, during which she was asked about stealing jokes.
Coming up with new material is difficult. Have you ever stolen a joke?
No.
Yes, she's telling the truth.
That's cap, dude.
What about an idea for a sketch?
No.
Bro,
An idea for a character?
those polygraph tests, they're so scuffed, dude. You can just convince yourself that what you're saying is true, and you're not gonna react as if you're lying. Like, literally, if I tell myself that I'm tall every day, and then somebody asks me, hey, are you tall, or do you think you're tall? And I'm on one of these things, and I say yes, it's gonna say I'm telling the truth. Why? Because I believe it's the truth. I don't think it's a lie. And I am tall. I'm basically 6 feet.
No.
Let me rephrase. Have you ever taken inspiration for a joke from somebody else?
No.
Yet the video is edited in a bizarre
Nah, now that's fake. There's no shot. For one, come on, like, how are you never going to be inspired by somebody's material? That's how content evolves. That's how in the entertainment industry evolves. You're inspired by what somebody does, and then you try to do it either like them or better, and that's how things just progressively get better and more entertaining. That's so crazy.
a way where she says no before it fails to include whether or not she was telling the truth. The whole dilemma was certainly a point of debate, yet one joke which Amy Schumer definitely hadn't stolen was a joke made in front of Steve-O back in 2014 relating to the death of his friend Ryan Dunn.
Oh.
And Steve-O is here. Steve-O, great try. Steve-O! But I truly am, no joke, sorry for the loss of your friend Ryan Dunn. I know you must have been thinking it could have been me, and I know we were all thinking, why wasn't it? Thank you.
Steve-O is always laughing. When he's not, it's for real. Imagine being such a buzzkill that you kill Steve-O's vibe. Amy Schumer doesn't understand the concept of dark humor. She's got the dark, now she just needs to find the humor. What made this even worse was that her audience would eventually use this little zinger as an example that Amy Schumer was able to dish out harsh jokes, but was unable to take them herself. What we're referring to is a tweet made in early 2016 by a 17-year-old movie critic who had posted a photo of himself with Amy Schumer, titled with a light-hearted comedic caption reading, "Spent the night with @Amy Schumer." Certainly not the first guy to write that, referring to Amy often talking about the different guys she's been with during her shows. So if Amy thought it was appropriate to joke about Steve-O's recently deceased friend, surely she shouldn't have a problem with someone making a little comment about the amount of guys she's been with, especially considering it's basically
Facts.
all she talks about within her
Literally,
shows.
all her
Well,
comedy
Amy
is
didn't
that.
take it all that lightly, replying to the 17-year-old fan by stating, "I get it, cause I'm a whore. Glad I took a photo with you, hi to your dad." Others on Twitter would respond to what you might call Amy's inconsistent joke morals by stating, "That's the same type of joke Amy Schumer uses to keep her fame." Suddenly
Dude,
that
is she
humor
rich?
off-
Does she have money? Wait, what the heck? It doesn't pop up first? Okay. I thought usually it just shows up at the top. Apparently net worth of 45 million, huh? That's insane. She does not deserve that much money, dude.
Limits now, huh? LOL. Others would support
Crazy.
Amy Schumer in tweets stating, "Thank you at Amy Schumer for holding him accountable and not just blowing it off." Yet the discourse and contrast between these two different viewpoints really conclude how Amy Schumer became so hated. She used controversy and difference of opinion to grow her career whilst angering the entire world in the process.
Good video. This video is a lot better than Amy Schumer's humor. The fact that she thinks so highly of herself is funnier than her entire career. I bet the YouTube comments are funnier than any special or show she's ever done. I'm sure of it. It's the truth, yet scientifically, it's just how well a person controls their anxiety when telling a lie. Exactly. Like, if you have time to prepare for a polygraph, you'll be fine. If you know what you're going to be answering or what the most important question that you could be asked, you can just get ready for it. Easy.